So you can see we've got Wraith King Death number 1 here. The team fights happen in mid. 3 people are dead. Enigma buys back to try and help out. I TP mid. Note the time, before 30 minutes. So, yeah, why am I not just jungling, you know? Enigma hits a nice black hole in the background, but unfortunately he gets silenced and blown up. Morphling, like, kind of tough. Not much he can do, but at the same time he's not actually doing anything at all. Does Eblo the Alchemist coming up here to try and help me out a little bit, which is nice, but ultimately I just end up dying, and probably should have just spent that time jungling, but you know, I showed up to try and help the team and ended up dying, which, you know, puts me further back, and it's an Alchemist and they're already up 14k, so, you know. Next up, we got death number 2, team fight going on bottom jungle. I try and help out this Morphling, he's sitting in the back lines. Snapfire altered, he's trying to heal up any creeps, I guess. There's 4 people alive, but I'm getting focused by 3 of them. Don't know what happens to everyone else, especially the Enigma set to the top jungle, so probably should have taken this one in the first place, but ultimately he's just standing there watching me die. Not that he can do anything, but also 29 minutes, I've died again, game gets even harder, they're up 18k. Probably shouldn't have just shown up in the first place. When I did, this was definitely the point where it turned from a team fight to an overextension. Definitely should have backed up after we saw there were more of them there. Okay, so finally we have a death that's actually after 30 minutes. Just getting healthy. We got an Alchemist here, plus a Death Ward, and then get a Lich thrown at me, and I just died to that. Off to the side there, we got Pete his own mission with the supports, and we'll see a bit more of this later. That's just standard team fight death. Unfortunately, everyone else was dead and I got focused. Well, I know it's a shock, but sometimes you should listen to Bryce. So I go down here. We all know this one. Kill the Alchemist. They have buyback. We obviously don't. See my reanimation cooldown. I back off. Bryce calls me out, and then I walk back high ground. Alchemist buys back, my blink's on cooldown unfortunately, so I can't get away, and then that's not that I could have held against 4 of them like on my own anyway, because my team didn't have buyback, but apparently that was my fault because I bought a rapier, so, you know. Also apologies to Jackson for saying my team didn't have buyback, he very clearly did. Well done. And now, onto the Morphling. So even though he's a bot who doesn't know what he's talking about, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt here. So Alchemist horribly overextends, literally a free kill, don't know what this guy's doing. Yeah, pretty easy. Then what? Jackson gets picked off by a Lich. Seb walks over, tries to save him, gets picked off by a Snapfire and a Lich. Yeah, probably should have backed after, like, when the 2 supports were in trouble instead of trying to save them, but, you know, save everybody syndrome, kind of whatever, I guess. Next up, we're in the top lane. You see Creep, Seb hiding very menacingly in the trees over there. Gonna do a lot of damage. Smokes. Breaks immediately. Goes an enemy, quickly blows up the Witch Doctor. Sorry, Jackson quickly blows up the Witch Doctor, my correction. We're going here, we start beating up on the Snapfire, he gets into the Remnant, into a Chain Frost, and he's just there. Did have waveform, did have some stick charges. Maybe could have lived if he was a bit quicker, but ultimately dies there. But there's also clearly some kind of graphical glitch because you can see the time on the clock, and there's clearly a Wraith King there hitting enemies in a team fight. So, you know, it's clearly a glitch. Must be something wrong with the matrix. So this is a little bit more standard over here. We've got a team fight about to come up. They overextend into this camp over here. For some reason, supports expose themselves to himself. Easy double kill. He gets ulted and then gets beaten to death. Did have a full wand there. Maybe could have lived, who knows, but yeah, nothing too badly wrong with that one. So now we start getting into the bad ones. Probably just given up, you know. We down by 15k, so pretty important time of the game. We've killed the Alchemist. Witch Doctor's also down. We're pushing lanes, trying to get some towers. Pete Caesar's team pushing top. Has Manta off cooldown, has everything. Instead just walks up to the tier 2 mid tower, gets silenced, doesn't pop anything. Also has waveform and just dies. Now we come up to not one but two pretty good hits. So you see this team getting gone on the right there. Tries to jump the support, it's not a bad idea. Doesn't get the kill on the Lich, and this is where things start to go badly. He doesn't Manta off the Spirit Vessel, actually just gets straight up killed by the Snapfire. Snapfire is allowed to throw the Lich on top of me, which ultimately kills me. And then he just starts walking through the fight. We're actually only down by 2k at this point, so it's a pretty important time. Starts morphing down for some reason, has Cheese, BKB, Manta, and just dies, and probably loses the game right there. But just final nail in the coffin, here we go. Just got a kill on the Alchemist, very valuable. Tries to jump 3 heroes in the back line. BKB unused, Manta unused, tank unused, Cheese in his backpack, dies without buyback, and guarantees that the game is lost. So obviously this game is completely my fault, because of reasons that escape me. But obviously this is a very difficult game for a hero like Morphling. There's a bunch of disables and stuns and silences that are just coming out of everywhere. But dying with BKB and Manta off cooldown multiple times in this game and then blaming me for losing it is a bit of a weird champ moment. Now obviously I didn't play it perfectly, would never claim to ever play a good Dota game perfectly. A few early deaths that really set me back. In fact, when I died under our tier 2 I actually said GG, which I do apologize for. Never called GG. We had a chance to win this game later and we actually just threw it away. Tough game, but definitely winnable. Definitely lost because of our own mistakes, not because of anything else.